Good morning, coffee and sports. So yesterday, all of my new books arrived. This is Deluxe Football Time Scrimmage with a wraparound cover. Same cover that exists for Football Time Scrimmage booklet. So Deluxe is the exact same rules as Football Time Scrimmage. However, it adds the stat generation sheets, and it also adds the D66 full simulator, which I'm going to finish this game with that. So anyway, it's set up now long-wise, and we have a matchup. So I'm using the two teams that are in the book. I've just routed them out with team nicknames as well as players. They just come as ratings in the book. So the Denver Bears are at the Seattle Seagulls. Denver features a quarterback, Burns at his peak, Peters, a veteran running back, Holmes, a peak fullback, King, a rookie split end, Towers, a peak tight end, and Jones, a veteran flanker. Myers is their peak place kicker. Cole is their rookie return man. They have only feature three key defensive guys. Their top DL, Cooper, is at his peak. Their top linebacker, Shipley, is a veteran. Their top DB, Connor, is at his peak. Their GM, Atkins, is a 3. That's the lowest rating GM you can have. They are an offense C. They are a defense A. On the flip side, they're playing the Seattle Seagulls. Again, they have a peak quarterback in Thompson. Their halfback is a veteran, Johnson. Their fullback is at his peak, Klingsmith. Their split-end, Wilson, is at his peak. Their tight end is a rookie, Wayne. Phillips is at his peak. He's a flanker. Their place kicker, Larson, is at his peak. Their return man is also a rookie, Williams. Their top defensive lineman is a rookie, Morris. Their top linebacker is at his peak, Andrews. Their top DB, Dobbs, is a veteran. Their GM, Parkins, is also only a 3. However, their offense is an A and their defense is a C. So we're going to look at Denver's offense, C, versus the defensive C of Seagulls. So C versus C should be C. So Denver will use all C charts today. Seattle is an A versus an A. That's going to be a B. So Seattle at home today using B for all charts. And again, this is a 16 possession game. I'm going to roll the dice pool for most of the scoring, and in the fourth quarter I'm going to play out the entire fourth quarter, and if I have time permitting, I will also generate statistics for at least one of the teams. So here we go. Seattle gets the ball to start the first quarter. They're using the B charts, and we need any kind of doubles. Yep, we're going to get 2 6s. 2 6s for Seattle is going to be on the B chart is a touchdown. How is that touchdown scored? So I go back here to my touchdown scored chart. 2, it's going to be line buck run by my fullback. So Seattle's fullback at his peak, Klingsmith, with a TD run, and the extra point is good, and Seattle takes the early lead on the Denver Bears. Denver has a damn good defense, but Seattle manages their own against good defenses. It's going to be 1-1-1-1, so it's going to be a turnover. What kind of turnover is it for Denver? Denver turns it over. 3 is a fumble lost by 5, their halfback. So, very simple. Peters, veteran, fumble lost. Now, I can also roll to see who recovers it. 5, the recovery is DL. So that would be recovered by FR, and their DL for Seattle is Morris, a rookie DL. So he gets in the box scores. All right, so Seattle controlling the game now with a touchdown and now forcing a turnover. Seattle's going to go 6-6. But 2-2. So you always take the lowest of the doubles. 2 for them is a punt, so Seattle will have to punt. And Denver, rounding out the first quarter, is going to get 3 ones. Another turnover by Denver. How does Denver turn it over? Let's roll that a little better than that. 5, it's going to be picked off. So Denver's quarterback, Burns, intercepted by, and let's find out by who. 2, intercepted by the safety. Again, we only have 1 DB listed, but again, I could make note by SA, safety. So when I have a full roster, I'll know the safety, pick that off, or a safety. Right, okay. So that wraps up the first quarter. Denver 0, Seattle at home 7, thanks to that defense taking it away twice. All right, Seattle goes back to work. They're going to get 4, and okay, so 4s for Seattle is a field goal. So their kicker Larson is going to add to their lead with a field goal. Denver now goes to work. Denver's looking at 1, 2, 4. Oh, they got 2 5s. Lucky Denver, because that was looking to be a potential score against them on offense. 5 for Denver, though, on C is a field goal. So they're at least going to get on the board with Myers. So Denver's broken the ice, and they've added to their score. And we're going to get 1, 2, 2. So we've got 2s. It's going to be a punt for Seattle on the B chart, as Denver is containing them in the second quarter. And Denver's going to get 2 1s, another turnover. Denver's struggling. 2, it's a fumble lost by the fullback. Oh, so Denver's fullback. So now both backs, Holmes and his peak. But it's a fumble lost. And the fumble is recovered by 2 on fumble recovery linebackers. So now Andrews, their top linebacker, with a fumble recovery. That's the first half, folks. So Seattle ran in a field goal. Denver broke the ice and got a field goal. It's 10-3 at halftime. Seattle in the third quarter. So Denver starts, though, the third quarter. And they're going to get 2 6s, and they're going to score a touchdown. So Denver finally ties the game on 3. 3 is a breakaway run for halfback. There it is, folks. So Denver's Peters makes up for the fumble. Peters' long TD run. Extra points good. And I just make a note that there's a long play, so a big play. Peters gets them into the game. How about that? Seattle's going to get 2 4s. Lucky for them, that's a field goal, so that's going to be another kick for Larson. So they're keeping their edge. Denver, we're almost to the fourth. It's going to be 3-3-3 for Denver. On C is going to be a punt. Denver has to punt. And Seattle's final drive of the third is going to be 6s all around, baby. That's another touchdown for Seattle. How do they score that touchdown? 6 post pass. So it's going to be their quarterback, Thompson. TD pass 2. And the reception is by their halfback. Oh, post out of the backfield, down the seam on a post route. They might have lined him up in the slot. Johnson, PAT. So we get Denver scores 7, tied the game, but then Seattle puts 10 up, and it is 20-10 going into the fourth quarter. So now I want to play out the fourth quarter on the full charts, and Denver uses the C charts. So we start with Denver, and since there was a score, we know we can do a kickoff. So let's go ahead and do B kickoff. So B charts here, kickoff net is 28, or actually kickoff return net, sorry. So we do use C. Denver, sorry, I wasn't thinking. 25 yards. So Denver's going to return this out to the 25. They do not have a chance to take it to the house, and Denver uses these charts for their first drive. So Denver goes to work, 54. It's going to be a run for nothing, second down, so they're back. You can also roll a third die to find out who's getting the rock, but I only do that for big plays. Second down and 10 as the halfback gets stuffed. 26 is going to be a run for 5. Very nice, up to the 30. Third down and 5. Denver trying to drive and make this a game. 31. It's going to be incomplete. Fourth down, they'll have to punt. So they're punt net on C, 35. 10, 20, 35 to the 35. And the return on B, we don't do because it's punt net, meaning that includes the return of their opponents. So we do not do that. However, do they have on their punt net, do they have a touchdown? They do not. So they can't return it for a touchdown. All right, B charts for Seattle. Denver had to punt. It's 20-10. It looks like Seattle's going to win this game. 42 is going to be a pass for 6 yards. So he throws it out into the flat to their tight end, Wayne, up to the 41, second and 4. He's a rookie tight end. 65 is a run for 10 yards. First down for their stud back, Klingsmith, in his peak, their fullback. 61 is going to be a pass for 5. And again, I'm going to assume that pass for 5, second and 5 is probably out to the halfback. 26 is going to be a good run. 26 is a 4-yard run. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Seattle moving the ball up by 10 in the fourth quarter. 16 is a run for 4 and a first down to the 36. And Seattle marching on this A-rated defense. 14 is pass for 3, so he dumps it down out into the flat to Kingsmith, his fullback. Oh, touchdown. And this is where, because we don't know what kind, we have to go back to the touchdown turnover charts and discover how that touchdown was scored. Touchdown play is a 1. Cross buck run. So they hand it off to the, and who gets this? Oh, quarterback on a keeper. RPO, cross buck. RPO. He keeps it and fakes the sweep to the jet, like a jet sweep fake, and he just takes off up the middle. RPO, quarterback, TD run. And this goes for 33 yards. PAT is good. And again, the beat charts generally demand that we kick, but in football time scrimmage, there are no missed PATs. So you can devise your own PAT rules if you want to see missed extra points, but in scrimmage does not have any missed extra points, so all of these charts have been modified for that. So the quarterback, oh, I put QB. Who is that? That's Thompson. So Thompson is thrown for a touchdown and an RPO touchdown run of 33 yards, and they have put the game out of reach. Kickoff net for Denver on C is 25, so Denver out to the 25. They're now playing for pride, as there is no way they can come back and win this without defensive scores. All right, and they'll go to work on the C charts, 46. It's going to be a run for 9. Very nice. A little draw play up the gut for their top back. 42 is going to be a pass for 5 and a first down up to the 39. Very nice. Denver now getting a little rhythm going. 61 is a pass for 5 up to the 44. Second down and 5. It's going to be 54. 54 is going to be a run for nothing. Hammered. Third and 5. 54 is another run up the gut for nothing. Fourth down. They're going to have to go for it. 32 is pass for 3. 1, 2, 3. They dump it on a swing pass. He gets tackled. And folks, it's a turnover on downs for Denver. Seattle takes over. All they need is a first down to complete the game. 43 is a pass for 15, and that's it. Game's over. 10 and 5 puts them at the 32, and we can end the game there as a kill clock, and that's what we're going to do. And Seattle is going to finish the game. They're going to score a touchdown in the 4th. Denver shut out 10-27. Absolutely perfect. 27-10. Seattle in this little universe would be 1-0 in today's. This is Deluxe Football Time Scrimmage FTS. Now, let's just go ahead and do stats. So people can see how that works. So I finish the game. It doesn't matter if I sim it all or I play it all out. If I play it all out, I could track stats if I want to tell it to me. But what's going to happen if you track stats in a possession-based game, you're going to get lower numbers. So I advise, even if you play out the whole game, that you still use stat generation to generate your stats, because it's going to keep everybody in the universe, whether you're fast simming games, whether you're fast playing games or full playing games, it keeps everybody in the standardization formula for stats. So the very first thing we need to do is find out our running performances. Let's go ahead and do Denver. So Denver's Peters. Let's go ahead and do Peters. This is Denver versus Seattle. This is going to be rushing. And the halfback Peters. So we also looked at this to see, well, did Peters have any actual yardage? Peters had a... no, so Peters did not. He did have a touchdown. He had a fumble loss, and he had a touchdown long run, right? But we don't know what that yardage is. So if I want to, I can generate that, a long run, and I would generate that by taking the lowest of the two. So 56-yard run. So I know that he had a 56-yard run. So I'm going to keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and generate. So for my halfback, I'm going to roll 1d20. And my halfback in this game, everybody's a C. So I'm looking at that C chart for my halfback. 16, he had a great day. 16 carries for 70 yards. So that's going to be 17 carries for 126 yards. A touchdown and a fumble loss. So I go ahead and generate the yardage for that long run. If it had been a medium run, I would have just tallied 7 yards. If it had been, or I might have used 3 dice 6 and said, well, a medium touchdown run might be as long as 18, right? And if it was a short touchdown run, 6 yards, right? Something like that. But that just lets you generate on the box score what that length might be, right? My fullback, though, now he's second. My fullback uses 1d6, and he's also C. So this will be this is Holmes. Holmes again did not have a touchdown. He did have a fumble though. So 2 on C. He had 5 carries for 19 yards, and he had a fumble lost. Our quarterback uses half this, so that's 3. 3 on C. Our quarterback is going to have 7 carries for 21 yards. So this, of course, is Burns. 7 for 21, and he did not have a turnover. So total, 29 carries for 126, 145, 166, 166 yards rushing as a team. That's pretty good. 29 carries, 166 is the total. Let's do our receivers. Okay, so for our split end, right? Our split end, again, if he had a touchdown reception here, he did not. He scored on a long run. So let's go ahead and look here. It's King, our rookie. And what did he catch today? He had 12. So 12, he's going to have 7 catches for 75. Our tight end uses 2d6. 5. Our tight end is going to be 3 today for 33. And our tight end is veteran. No, our tight end is at his peak, Towers. And our flanker is a veteran. That is Jones. And Jones, the flanker, uses 1d20. 18, holy cow, great day for him. 7 catches for 83 yards. And again, if they had any other catches for yardage, I would have added the catch and the yardage to them. Nobody had a touchdown. And we need to do our halfback. Sorry, our halfback is 1d20. Our halfback 5, he had 1 catch for 11. This is going to be Peters. 1 for 11. And our fullback 3 is going to have 1 for 7. So our fullback out of the backfield. As a matter of fact, there was a play in that fourth quarter there where I believe I said it was a catch by him. 3 is 1 for 7, and their fullback is Holmes. 1 for 7, right? So let's tally those totals. So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 is the receptions. Yardage, let's see here, is 108, 191, 202, 209 yards passing. And now we do the quarterback's reverse formula for your stats. So our quarterback C chart today, let's roll to see what his completions were. Ooh, not good. 4. He completed 49%. So the quarterback, that is Burns. He completed 49%. What is that? Well, it's very simple. We take our total receptions, 19, divided by 49%, 39. So he was 19 of 39 for 209 yards. And Burns threw an interception. Yep, an interception, and he had an INT. So let's go our total stats. So what is our total for the day? We had total plays. These are plays from scrimmage, 29 and 39. It's going to be 68 plays for the team from scrimmage. 166 rushing, 209 passing for 375 yards. And they had, unfortunately, 3 turnovers. So that's what killed them. So 375 divided by 68, they averaged 5.5 yards per play. That's pretty awesome. And that's Denver's records. So now we not only know that they went 0-1, they had a pretty damn good day, getting almost 400 yards of offense. Unfortunately, their quarterback completed only 49% of his passes. One of them was picked off, and they had 2 fumbles, although Peters had 126 yards rushing. So this is a team statistically looking pretty dang good. Unfortunately, have a turnover problem. And there you have it, folks. And that would be hard-pressed. It would be hard-pressed using my charts and my formulas to not complete an entire season and see very realistic rushing numbers, passing numbers. And then we could do Seattle as well, but I won't spend the time doing Seattle right now. But there you have it, folks. These are the same stat charts that are in Football Time Definitive Edition. It's the same stat charts that are in Football Time Special Edition. It's the same full D66 charts that are also. There has been a slight tweak to the 66 charts in here in that the B doesn't automatically not automatically, doesn't have to roll for extra points now. You can always devise your own reason for rolling extra points. So just make a PAT roll. It's up to you. You can do that for every score that you do in the game. I just choose not to make it part of the base game so you can just play. And there you have it, folks. That is a full game of Deluxe Football Time Scrimmage. We simmed the first 3 quarters using Football Time Scrimmage. We played the final quarter using the D66 full simulation, and we ended up with a 27-10 win, Seattle over Denver, and Denver had a pretty good day. 68 plays, 375 yards, but 3 turnovers cost them in this game, and that makes complete sense. We were able to devise Peters' long run. When the chart said it was a long run, I just took the low, so that would have been a 12-yard run. I happened to roll a 5 and a 6. I took the 5. 56-yard run was his TD for the day. Obviously, the 33-yard run that happened by the quarterback of Seattle in the fourth quarter would actually be tallied as the actual run when I'm doing stats. When I'm simulating the stats for this quarterback's rushing, he would get his 1d6 roll on the V charts. That would be, I think, 1 carry for 4 yards. He would have had 2 carries for 37 yards, and a touchdown would have been Thompson, right, on that day. So you would use that as a carry and yardage added to whatever your simulated yardage is. So there you have it, folks. That is a complete game and tutorial using the brand new book, and I'm very, very happy with the quality of the books and the covers, and the paper is phenomenal. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.